Hi, I'm Joanne Hillestad from the Fat Quarter Gypsy. I'm most known for pop-ups, but today I'm here to show you something different. A tablet sleeve made using fusible foam and quilting. The materials you're going to need are double-sided fusible foam. I used a pre-cut placemat foam. You'll use 1.5 pieces. For the fabric, you're going to need 3 fat quarters. For the pocket, you'll cut 1 fat quarter into 2 small rectangles. For the outside, you'll cut 1 large rectangle. And for the inside, another rectangle the same size. It's fun to choose your fabrics, and it's fun to work off of your main fabric when choosing. I like to pick a larger print for my main fabric and then take the colors out of that and choose different size prints to go with it. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is draw on our foam. When we do the quilting, we're actually going to follow the stitching lines that we've drawn instead of freehanding it. So it really makes it easy. So the first thing we want to do is draw the lines. For this particular project, we need a crease line so that we can create the fold at the top of our tablet sleeve. So we're going to measure in 8 inches and mark so we know where that crease line is going to be. And then simply connect those lines and draw. From here, you can really do whatever you want. When I decided to quilt this one, I went with dividing my tablet into 4 sections and then adding evenly spaced diagonal lines. The next thing we're going to do is fuse our foam onto our pocket fabric. And we'll go ahead and quilt just the pocket today. So you want to line up your foam on your fabric and then bring it over to a pressing surface. You're going to need to use a protective non-stick surface because being double-sided fusible, when you press this on, it will actually fuse the bottom as well. So we're going to transfer this over and go ahead and press. I'll do a quick press here, but you want to follow the manufacturer's instructions for the amount of time and the heat of your iron to get a proper fuse. So I have one fused and ready to go here. You'll fuse both the outside piece and the pocket piece. So let's head over to the machine. So when you're going to stitch, I like to use an open-toed applique foot. The open-toed applique foot makes it really easy to see the stitching lines. I also like to go from raw edge across the foam all the way to raw edge. So that way, when I'm done, any loose tails will be caught in the seam. I increase my stitch length, just a little bit to compensate for the thickness of the foam. And let's go ahead and stitch. And you can see you just follow right on your stitching lines. You'll notice that I haven't basted with pins or done any pre-basting stitches. Being a fusible web or a fusible foam, the fabric doesn't shift at all while we're stitching. So now you can continue on. And stitch down your lines. You can have fun because you can really do any design you want. You could do curves, you can do diamonds, really anything. You want to start with your needle down, pick your presser foot up. I've shifted over, let me move that. Correct your line and stitch again. All right, let's go ahead and cut our thread. So we'll head back over and I'll show you one that I've stitched. Here here's a completed outside with all of the stitching done. And you can see the quilting on the back side. It really comes out beautifully, and the fabric stays nice and you don't end up with any puckers because of having it fused prior. And here is a pocket, stitched as well, and you can see how nice it looks on the other side. So we'll go ahead and start putting the pocket together. We're going to take our second piece, and I've already pinned this one here. We're going to put them right sides together. Pin across the top edge. Now there is no particular seam allowance needed for this pattern. Because we're using the fusible foam, and these have been pre-cut with the nice rounded corners, we're actually going to use the foam as our guide while we stitch. So let's head over to the machine and we'll stitch this seam here so you can see how I follow along. You want to stitch right next to the foam, but not through it. I use the regular stitch length for this. There's no need to lengthen it. And we just go right along, stitching right next to, but not through the foam. Let's continue on. To finish up the pocket, we're going to take our fabric and wrap it around to the other side. Smooth that down, and then we'll take it back and press and fuse to the other side of the foam to give it that finished look. Again, I'll just do a quick press just to show you. The last steps on the pocket, I'm going to switch over here, are to stitch a top stitch. This one here is all fused. And then here I've added a top stitch. And then 6 inches down, centered, I want to add a piece of hook and loop tape. And here's a pocket completed with our hook and loop tape stitched on. Now we'll go ahead and put the tablet together. So we'll want to grab our outside piece and pin our pocket with the right sides together. The right side of the pocket is the side with the hook and loop tape on. We want this to be on the half without the crease line. So if you can't see the crease line, then you have this backwards. So go ahead and pin your pocket on all the way around. Now it's more important that your foam is lined up than it is for your raw edges to be lined up. So go ahead and feel with your fingers to make sure that the foam is even. Pin all the way around, and then from having this up so you can see your foam, stitch all the way around again to base this on. So the next step is to add the inside fabric. You'll go ahead and pin what you've already completed, which has your pocket attached, to your inside fabric, right sides together, and pin all the way around. Before we stitch, we want to leave a 7-inch opening on the end for turning. We want to make sure that the end where the 7-inch opening is the side with the pocket. Here I have one that's been stitched, and you can see I have my opening here for turning. So you'll go ahead next, and we need to trim off all of this extra seam allowance. Because we've stitched this right next to the foam, we'll go ahead and trim this down, and it's going to give us a beautiful, perfect curved finish. So I've trimmed this one and clipped the corners. So to clip the corners, you just very simply stitch. You just take your scissors and do a tiny little snip. You don't want to go through your seam allowance. You want to just clip those corners so that when you turn it, the edges are nicely evenly rounded. Here's one that I have all turned for you. We'll be fusing the inside fabric to the other side of the foam, but before that, we want to close up the opening. So just fold in the raw edges and pin it. And then you can just stitch straight across with your machine, or if you would prefer, you can hand stitch this close with just a whip stitch. This will be hidden inside the pocket when you're done, so it's really up to you how you want to do that. Here I have one where it's been fused and the inside is closed. So the next step is to turn our pocket so that the outside is showing. So we can just go ahead and turn that. And now that seam you just did is all hidden inside. And because you've used the foam as your guide for stitching, you have just beautiful corners. The last steps that we need to do are to stitch again through the crease lines so that the inside fabric is anchored down, and add our hook and loop tape. So here's one where I've stitched through the crease line again, and my hook and loop tape is ready to go. And as soon as you've sewn that on, you have your completed tablet sleeve. So choose your favorite fabrics and make sleeves for all of your electronic devices.